Good morning, my spuds and buttons. I nearly forgot what I was calling you. I'm Vicky, this is Cat Mum Crafts, and this is a crochet and chat day, the first one of 2024. So, hello Lily. We're about to be interrupted by Cat. Oh, no, maybe not. So, I'm working on getting the rest of my advent blanket ready for Christmas. I've got another 12 plus 4 is 16 plus 2 is 18. Another 18 rows after this one to finish, and then, not rows, stripes, 36 rows, because each stripe is 2 rows. Yeah, that sounds about right. To get finished after this one, and then this blanket will be ready for Christmas. And then I just need to get ready for the Christmas after. Because masochistic much? Anyway. Like I said, this is a crochet and chatter day. First of all, I need to apologise. I woke up this morning and I don't know whether it's an allergic reaction to a mysterious something or the start of a cold, but I'm a walking ball of gunge. So, I thought I would hunt down my list, which would be helpful. Yawn down. And go through my goals. I've already told you my plans for the year. But my goals are slightly different, I think, because there's some personal ones as well as yarny goals. So, we'll start with that, and then quick natter about mental health at the end, because it is that time of year. So my personal goals, I would very much enjoy losing a couple of stone. Which should drop me a dress size or two, which should hopefully mean less yarn needed for wearables. Please hold a second, I've got to blow my nose. Definitely feels like some form of allergic reaction because my eyeballs are itching as well. Anyway, I digress. Yes, couple of stone off should mean a dress size or two, which should mean less yarn needed for wearables. I'd like to get rid of one of my debts. I'm slowly chipping away at all of them. So if I can get rid of one, then I can chip a bit more off the other. I'd like to get a different part-time job, apart from job number 2, because I really don't like driving all day. So that would be nice. I want to declutter the house, or at least my stuff. I can't necessarily guarantee that Cat Dad will get rid of any of his gumph, but we can but try, as they say. Complete blank there. If I manage to get, thanks Lil, abroad this year, I want to go to Amsterdam and Antwerp in one go, so that I can well, visit 2 more Hard Rock cafes and get some decent Burgundian style area history in. In terms of for the channel, I'd like to get to 250 subscribers. More would be grand, but you know, as long as the numbers trundle up, then we're all good. General. Oh, and I want to get 2 tutorials out. One amigurumi and one wearable. Terrifying concept, but there you go. Where are my scissors? Hello, if I was a pair of scissors, where would I be? I'd be there. Yes. So, Yarny non-channel. I would like very much to get my whips gone so that the European whip mountain isn't taking over the world. I would like to finish this advent blanket and get prepared for next year in part and this year in part, and get next year's advent blanket to a stage where I can pick it up easily next December, not December this year, December 2025. Are we there already? Good Lord. I want to improve my amigurumi skills in terms of like neatness and placement of features. I want to go to another show this year, Bakewell, which is in October, I think. I want to use the vast majority of the yarn that the kids bought me for Christmas. I want to keep up to date with my temperature blanket, which I'm doing so far, so yay. And I want to join in more with, not necessarily make-alongs, because I already do quite a lot of make-alongs, but competitions. So, yeah, basically that's that. I'm going to have to blow my nose again. Please excuse me. Sorry about that. Cat Dad then decided to message me while I was blowing my nose in a most unhelpful manner. Yeah. So, that, I think, rounds up my goals for the year. So, mental health. It is the time of year for people who suffer mental health to be a bit wibbly wobbly. And I am no exception. I suffer with my mental health anyway. I have a condition called dysthymia, which essentially is long-term depression. And this, coupled with what I believe is chronic fatigue syndrome, although that's not yet confirmed, sometimes makes me a bit grumpy. Quite a lot grumpy. And on top of that, seasonal affective disorder, which naturally makes everything even worse. So a lot of my videos, if I'm not acting like a butterfly on caffeine, or if I am acting like a butterfly on caffeine for that matter, I either need to sleep or I'm over-caffeinated and I need to sleep. I do sleep a lot when I'm not feeling very well, which does also explain sometimes why I don't manage to get an awful lot done. I've changed colour, by the way, to a nice burgundy. So yeah, and really I just wanted to say that, you know, sometimes it's okay to step away from a project if you've had enough or you're not feeling it. It's okay to step away from a craft completely if you've had enough for the time being or you're not feeling it. I sometimes just curl up and read books that I read as a kid. Well, comfort books, or just sit under a blanket and, you know, get sometimes not necessarily feel good movies, but comfort movies out of the way. I don't mean out of the way, I mean out of the cupboard, and I just sit and do that. I do try not to give myself deadline projects, apart from if it's like a make along, because that just stresses me out and I don't want to do it. And I'll get halfway through and just be like, nope, not doing it. Although, given my goal of trying to enter contests and stuff, that way I'm forcing myself to do something. So yeah, if you're not feeling well and you've lost your crojo, Lily, what are you doing? It's not a problem. I believe, and I can't remember who it was I said to, but sometimes if I'm feeling a bit naff, I just get some of my favourite squishy yarn and just sit and play. My favourite yarn, my favourite hook, and if I'm feeling like crocheting but don't want to work on anything, then, as I say, just my favourite yarn, my favourite hook, and I just sit and play. Sometimes I come out with the beginnings of a useful something, and sometimes the whole shebang gets frogged and just put aside for the next time. But that way sometimes it gives me a bit of a palette refresh, and I find I'm a bit more productive, or as I say, I just step away completely and read or watch telly. So that's a long way round of saying, if you're feeling bad, take time for yourself. Take time to not force yourself to finish that project. It's okay. So I'm gonna go before I get emotional, because we really don't need that. Pardon you? The cat just burped. So, yes, look after yourselves, please, physically and mentally. I will see you on Monday for something, can't remember what. Because, you know, I would miss you if you weren't here. In the immortal words of Bill and Ted, be excellent to one another. And I love you 9,000. Bye!